ladies and gentlemen, for the 1035th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that lady known as Lisa.
I was trying to time it so it wouldn't be disruptive in the intro.
Frickety crack of the beer can. As well as that dude called his Junus.
What up, bitches?
I'm gonna crack my own beer can now. That was a good one. I should have muted it.
You have to tell me if you like it or not.
Drinking on a little Tropic Force Tropical IPA by the Voodoo Rangers. Today, we're back one more again. It is a NASCAR weekend that my parents went to.
In Richmond?
No, Charlotte.
Ah.
It is the Coca-Cola 600. It is the Indy 500. It is Memorial Day weekend. This is a big day of racing.
Are they racing or is it raining? That's North Carolina, right?
Yeah, it rains at Charlotte a lot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I've sat through hours of rain in the stands at Charlotte Motor Speedway in my lifetime.
I was watching something I wasn't watching something last night, but wherever they were truck racing.
It's probably Charlotte.
Was that last night? No, night before last?
Probably last night.
What did it say, Sunday?
Today's Sunday.
No, it was Friday night. We was at B-Dubs.
Oh, hey now.
And it was truck racing, it looked like, but it was covered up.
You were at the B-Dubs here in Pep?
Yeah, they had like the big trucks, I guess, with the blowers out there. Is that what they do? They got little blowers behind them. They were trying to dry the track type shit. Yeah.
Jet dryers.
Yeah.
They've got jet engines
They had them
on the
boys
back of the
going
truck.
around, and they had the trucks all covered up. They look like trucks, but yeah, it makes sense. It's Friday night, probably truck series. But I don't know what race it, like where the fuck they were. You know what I mean?
All right, Mace. The next one is going to be August 14th and 15th in Richmond. Mm-hmm.
Mike could figure something out.
It's gonna be hot.
It's probably a night race, though. It's probably a night race.
Yeah, I hope so. I like night races.
Yeah,
I prefer them.
Richmond's been doing night races for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Because that sun is brutal, man. If you go during the day, I would never, ever again, ever sit on there's like the back side, like, I don't know. I don't know that much about racing. I just know where I like to sit. And if you can sit under the overhang, solid.
Or if you could be in the building that is the overhang,
I've been in that before too. I've been in the suites. The suites are cool. But I like being amongst the people. I like hearing the redneck talk. I like all
being
that.
able to smell it.
Yeah.
But like,
me too.
NASCAR, I don't know, it's very different than it used to be from when I was a child and a young man going to races. Mm-hmm. Things were much more wild.
Yeah, because everybody actually had cars specific to the car brand. Like, things were now everything
it was much more
like,
stock car.
Oh, it has to be all the same.
But the people in the stands were different too.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody caused a problem, they got beat up.
Yeah.
Like, one of the last races I went to, I think I was in Darlington, and there was some guy throwing cans, and the cops came and escorted him out. And I was like, wow, this is terrible.
Yes, this song, dude.
Someone should beat that guy's ass.
I listen to this song all the time, like cruising through my neighborhood, and I was driving through with my windows down once, and I started playing it like right when I turned in my neighborhood, and this guy was in his truck, like cleaning out the back of his truck, and he said, "That's creepy."
I just said, "I'd fuck me."
I mean, it really is. Like, for the longest time when I was a little kid, I think I like this song so much now because this song fucking terrorized me as a kid. After seeing Silence of the Lambs, I think I started watching horror movies at a very young age. How old were you guys when you watched your first horror movie?
I don't know. I never really watched many horror movies. I've never liked many. I like a psychological thriller that creeps me out and scares me. Like, I like, like The Exorcist was nice and proper creepy.
Yes.
Like, The Shining gets a little scary, sort of, but like, since Brendan and I ate mushrooms that time and watched it, it's just too much of a party.
Shining, yeah.
I can't watch The Shining without having a party.
Yeah, The Shining's fucked up. The book is. Have you read the book?
I haven't read the book. I'm such a huge Kubrick fan. I almost don't want to let Stephen King adulterate my opinion of the film and whatnot.
Stanley Kubrick was great in that movie because the book was so fucking good.
Well, but
He was great
it was
at
apparently
directing it.
very different, though.
I don't know.
Not the way that's not the way you read and saw it. Did you read it before you saw it?
Yes.
Okay.
And okay, you're right. That is one I will agree with you. The movie is better. The movie is better. I mean, you just can't. I never would. When I was picturing the main character, you can't fucking even get your imagination to create someone as fucking badass as Jack Nicholson. So, and who is the lady? Shelley. What's her name?
Shelley Duvall.
Duvall.
That's right.
Shelley Duvall. Oh, she's so good in that movie too. Oh my god.
Well, because apparently, like, Kubrick was really psychologically torturing her during the filming process.
Yeah.
So she was, like, fucking whacked out of her mind just from dealing with him and then doing take after take of all this kind of shit.
Yeah, they really. Well, that's like I think Stanley Kubrick does that to certain people. Like
He's trying to create a performance out of someone, and he's using.
So he would literally strip you down into nothing.
Well, like, you know, after.
I don't think he was a dick, but I think he just really.
He didn't worry about a relationship with a person over his relationship with the art that he was creating.
Right.
Whatever film he was making was more important to him than how the actor felt about him.
Right. So it was like, it doesn't matter if you're crying. It's not going to be 99 takes. If I say it takes 100, do one more.
Right.
Yeah. I can see that. So
that's what I'm paying you for, Shelley.
Tickets are $29, y'all.
To NASCAR?
Yeah. To sit in the seat with the overhang. I mean, we're going to be up high.
Is this what?
I would rather be up high so I could be closer to the bar.
Well, it's a NASCAR race. You bring a cooler with your own drinks.
No, you can't bring.
Yeah, you can.
Nuh-uh.
This has been forever.
Probably not.
I've been bringing coolers in a NASCAR
in like a seat.
If you're tailgating, yes.
No, you carry a cooler in with drinks in it.
How long has it been since you've been?
I don't know, man, but for decades I've carried coolers with drinks into the racetrack.
I'm gonna look it up because I feel like we intentionally got shithoused in the parking lot tailgating.
Well, that's what a lot of people do
too.
because you don't want to go in and have to buy alcohol there because it's expensive.
But I thought
you could bring beers like this in a cooler, or like I had a sleeve I wore one year. I went to Martinsville with my buddies from high school, like probably 15 years ago or something, and I have had a bunch of fucking IPAs and like a insulated sleeve that you could put 6 in. It was like a tube, and then you could clip it to yourself. It was fucking perfect.
You're right.
I know.
Holy crap.
I know I'm right, Lisa. I've been going to NASCAR since I was 5 years old.
Wow. I feel very silly now because if I realized that was the case,
you wouldn't have to get so drunk in the stand.
I'm pretty sure that I was gaslit into believing that we couldn't bring anything in. So it was like, drink more jungle juice.
They're like, don't care. Well, you can't bring in jungle juice per se.
We had a cooler.
You can't bring in anything in glass, and you have to have a cooler that's small. Yeah. Like it's going to have a size limitation.
Can't be glass. So as long as it's not glass.
It's probably something to hold a 6-pack.
Yeah. You could put more than a 6-pack in a lot of the ones, but you're not going to get
probably like a 10 by 10.
You're going to get
no more than 12.
8 or 9. I'd say 8 or 9.
14 by 14 is like you can't go over 14 by 14.
Yeah, you've been about 10, 12 beers on that.
Yeah, you can put a lot of beer in there.
Each guest can have one soft-sided cooler.
That's the difference. They changed it to soft-sided coolers. Because there was a time where I could carry like a hard cooler.
Yeah, like the red jump, like the Playmate bush. Right. Now you're going to have a little plastic just because people probably beating people on the head with their coolers and shit like that.
Something like that.
There are sections where the alcohol is restricted because they're like considered non-drinking family sections.
Well, that's wild, but that's probably necessary.
I mean, that's like a smoking section, no smoking section. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah, I need the most adult section. Is there a most adult section? Can I get that? I need to be able to fire up a Black and Mild with a little bit of something in it.
Joint, yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to fire up a joint over here.
No, it's a stuffed black. That's the only thing to do at a NASCAR race. You have to stuff a black because it looks like you're smoking a black.
I really want this to happen. I really think we should buy tickets. And
I think
we should make the Jew go. He doesn't know what he's missing. But what if, are you gonna be like my youngest?
See, I could put the headphones on you with the mics and we could talk and I could explain to you what's happening.
he might. I don't want you to come if you're gonna be like miserable the whole time and then dragging everybody else down. Because I'm just kidding. I don't think you would do that. I think you'd put your best foot forward.
I think you'd enjoy it if you went and you went with a group of people that you like, and it wasn't any kind of like.
Keep getting high if it's not. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. I don't.
If you bring 5 blacks and burn them all back to back, like. Theoretically, you could do that, but we might attract attention after a while.
I would imagine.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I can bring my vape pen in there all day long and just get blasted with that thing.
True dat.
Okay, I'm just saying. My whole thing. Am I a big hockey fan?
Bitch, we'll go to fucking NASCAR. Goddamn.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Am I a fisherman?
But fucking 7 Alan Jackson songs, man. I'm gonna have to fucking leave because I'm gonna start singing these motherfuckers.
It's not common. That's not commonplace.
They play Usher more than they play anything else.
In the 1990s, you would hear Alan Jackson walking through the parking lot. For sure. At least once.
Oh, guarantee that.
At least once. You hear
what the fuck is some
Pale
bitches?
Moonlight and the Chattahoochee with the pyramid of cans. Yeah. Pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight.
I was spitting a little Alan Jackson joint the other day, La Migra. I'm trying to write that one.
Shit, this one's good. He needs to start writing down these fucking
I know,
songs.
I've been telling him that for a decade.
What was it? You gonna miss it? You gonna miss this?
More than a decade.
That song, that joint. That's the next joint. That's gonna be on that CD with what, Coke and Hose? And yeah, we built this city on Coke and Hose.
We built this city on Coke and Hose. It's a song about Miami, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a song about the world. I mean, a lot of these people don't know these buildings that y'all fucking clean fucks working in. There was a cracked out, cocained out Mexican that built that motherfucker, or a coked out white dude who built that motherfucker. More than likely was taking lines on the goddamn bathroom toilet paper line. Just a couple sniffs, or he was, if anything, he was using that extra long pinky nail that motherfucker got. You know, I'm screaming every fucking 2.5 hours.
Well, back in those days, didn't guys have like the little twister deal that you could open it up and shake it or whatever, and take a little blow up the nose?
I mean, I've seen a lot of shit. You know, I've seen motherfuckers do a lot of shit. You know, I've seen one dude smoking crack in the van in the can and shit. You know,
if I could legally acquire like a little shaker full of like uncut raw cocaine, I would have that in my life. I would use that on occasion for sure, for sure. But I don't have any faith in my ability to find uncut pure cocaine.
Nah, there was some cat on there was some cat at B-Dubs up there on coke.
Was he telling you he could get you some?
He was burning that machine up, man, and then he kept doing like this, fucking burning that machine up, bro. Go get a drink, be back on that joint, walk away, go check the other one, go back, just dropping money in that motherfucker.
What game was he playing?
One of them gambling slot things or whatever. You know, they got
those at the B-Dubs on the corner of the bar.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 of them. Some bitch. There's all kinds of people over there losing money.
That's crazy. Goddamn.
I think they could almost start a tab too. I think motherfuckers was like putting money on their tab, like on the game.
Shut up.
Like I remember the one bitch talking about.
That's how places are gonna make it.
Let me get 40. You know what I mean? I don't know 40 what the fuck she was talking about.
That's how restaurant businesses are going to make it these days.
I mean, I didn't see 40 wings on the menu. You know, I saw 30 pieces of
gambling shit up in there. You know what we do? We start us an arcade that also has a casino type bar in it, so people can bring their kids.
Casino, man.
Bring their kids.
To me, a casino, if it ain't got cards or if it ain't got tables, it ain't really a casino. You know
I don't disagree with that, but people got this addiction where like you can walk into the fucking 7-Eleven these days and motherfuckers.
Oh, people burn them machines up.
Burning them up.
Yeah, people burn them machines up. The point of that story was I seen the dude drop like a little ball, look like would it be a candy, you know what I mean? But I guess it was candy, you know what I mean? A little plastic ball, a little red, just all balled up, you know what I mean? I guess a little, I don't even know what, because I've never fucked cocaine, so I don't even know. I guess it was like not a ball, because it was probably about the size of less than a quarter in diameter. It was a little bag. It'd probably be like a little 20 sack, maybe.
Like one of those balls you bounce up the floor.
Yeah, it's like a little bouncy ball work. You know what I mean? All twisted, all up, all coked out like shit. He fucking dropped it and
he was on it immediately.
Fuck yeah! As soon as that motherfucker hit the ground, this motherfucker trying to elbow his homeboy back there to pick it up. I'm like, this motherfucker, man. I was laughing.
Yeah, people on those drugs.
I thought this one bitch was dead. She's over there sitting in a wheelchair by the games. Like, she didn't move for like 27 fucking minutes. I thought it was Bernie's fucking sister and shit up this motherfucker. I'm like, somebody needs to call this bitch, bro. And then she moved. She had shades on too, so you couldn't tell if the motherfucker was alive or not.
Very weakened in Bernie's.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody need to get Bernie's sister over here, because I think this bitch is dead. And then about 20 minutes later, the dude gave her a beer. I think it was his beer, but he gave her a big... She... kicked back up and headed right back and went back to being dead. I'm like,
Ugh.
what the fuck is going on here, bro?
Dude, yeah, that Culpepper fucking...
Like, I gotta give a check, man. I'm just here for some wings, bro.
Culpepper B-dubs is something, man.
Fuckers.
I think I'd rather go to Wingstop if I just wanted wings. Because at least I can get in and get out without having to deal with the madness of B-dubs. I worked at that place for like a week, and it was during when it had first opened, the first year that it had opened. And it was like my second, maybe even my first day, and the manager's like, if the fights that are happening continue to happen at the rate that they're happening, their town is going to shut us down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck this noise, right? But then there was an article that came out, and the article was talking about how there had been 246 incidences of the police being called to the Culpepper Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh my gosh.
But it had only been open for like... I can't
Less than a
remember.
month.
I can't remember how many days, but I did the math, and the math at the time was if the cops had not been there that day, they were 100% guaranteed to be there the next day.
Wow.
And there was a chance they still might show up that day that they hadn't been there
Or
yet.
twice.
Yeah.
Since they didn't come yesterday.
Yeah, statistically speaking, if they weren't there within 24 hours, they were going to be within the next 24.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
Does it?
It shouldn't.
yeah, how long ago was this?
Shit.
It was some Bamas. They probably still are. Back in the day, there was some Bamas on Culpepper, bro. They probably still Bamas now. So
Yeah.
I would
Don't
not.
go there at night.
I wouldn't deny it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now it's probably a little bit more Mexicaned out than Bammed out. You know what I'm screaming?
I don't know. There was a lot of wacky folks, and they was all fighting over cheap ass wings and some bullshit ass, not that good of food.
Yeah.
Like-
That's the other thing. Yeah. Well, I don't really like Wingstop. For me, the flavors ain't really all that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really.
I went to Bonchon the other day, and that shit was fire.
Oh yeah, the bone shop. For me, wings, I'm still at Foster's, man. Like, bone in,
Best, huh?
Foster's, man. And then I'm not even talking about on Tuesday when you get them for 50 cents.
Like you pay regular price, you don't mind.
I'll pay regular price for them. They got the best wings, but they don't do shit but just straight fry 'em. They got right in the fryer. They don't get no salt. They don't get no pepper. They get
Fucking, you're tossing them in whatever
they get
sauce,
grease
right?
and then they get sauce. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then I don't know how. Like, but
Well, they got the good sauces. That's clearly what it is.
I mean, Wingstop, like when you get the buffalo, like it's fucked up because like it'll like
connoisseur of chicken
stain.
wing.
It almost like looks like it stained the meat a little bit. Like you can see it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up on the inside. Like it don't look right. Like
Yeah.
for me, it don't look right.
It looks like you're eating it, like you're just eating straight salmonella when you get that hot sauce because it makes everything so pink. The meat
Yeah, it's
is
just-
so
it just
pink,
don't
you
look
can't
right.
Tell if
I don't
it's
know.
done or not, or if it's just a stain from the hot
I mean,
sauce.
it tastes done. It just
Already.
don't look. It
Yeah.
just don't look. It don't look right.
The
And I don't know what the
Velvet,
hell kind of sauce. I don't know what the sauce is.
The
What is
Vel,
Tabasco or fucking?
best wings.
Where?
The Vel. It is the best.
Is it in
little-
Charlottesville?
No, it is 10 minutes from my house.
Ville got good
in
wings.
Mechanicsville,
Oh, okay.
Virginia, 15 miles north of Richmond. And they have you can smoke in there. It's like one of the only few places, which I know grosses most people out, but it's not like nasty in there. I mean,
Well, you have to have a certain
you could
ventilation
play-
system, I think, to
Yeah.
be able to have smokers
You could
indoors.
play darts. You could play pool.
And you have to have a
and
separate section that's like in a different ventilation system.
Nah, this is all one. This is all wide
This
open.
is a
Maybe it's
diamond
grandfather.
in
It's
the
old
rough.
School.
It's gotta be grandfathered
Yeah, this
in,
old
man.
school, man. It's almost like two. It can't be one space. It's got to be two.
It's like a
gotta be
Shoney's.
two
It's like a
tenants.
Shoney's in 1987.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yes.
long. It's like in a strip, and it basically be like two stores. You know, what I mean, as one restaurant. So there's the bar area, and then you got the whole other area over there where they got the pool tables and the darts and shit. But it's all wide open.
We could go after we go to the race.
Make a whole weekend out of this thing.
I'm trying, man. I just sent everybody a text.
Yeah, look at
Everybody
it.
attacks.
If we're gonna do this, we should buy some tickets
That's what I'm
and get them
saying.
now while they're $29 in the spot that you think is the spot. As long as it's adult, we can drink and fucking
And my kids are on that weekend, so my house is open. I've got 2 bedrooms that people could sleep in, plus a pull-out couch. So if Jen and Tab come, they could have a room. Mike and Sarah could have a room.
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
Macy, you could sleep on the pull-out, or you could have a bedroom if nobody else comes. But
No,
yeah.
you ain't got no single friend. I'm gonna take her to a fucking hotel.
I don't really have friends.
I know. Like I said, you don't have one. I'm not taking her to.
I do.
I'm not taking her nowhere.
I did talk to Hot Realtor today.
Oh.
Haven't forgot about Kate.
Hot Realtor.
Hot Realtor.
I never
yeah.
really met her, but
She's coming to the housewarming.
when is this happening?
I'm about to send a Facebook invite for everybody. I'm just going to take it over and do it on behalf of Andrew because I don't think he's going to really. But you can make an event. I mean, he can make an event, but I already made like a invitation for it.
You like doing that. You're gonna enjoy that way more than the Jew would.
Yes. Look at the invitation. You're on it. Let me show you the picture. I'm calling it Jewpalooza.
Damn it, man.
Jewpalooza. All
Hit
right.
the fucking ball.
Julapalooza.
Hit the ball, man. Don't gamble, kids. I got that one.
for
That's
real.
going good for me.
Jewpalooza housewarming party. That's what's up.
I got
5
it.
p.m. till you drop.
My boys gonna get their ass whipped tonight, man. Cavaliers ain't doing it for me no more, man. My bet's gonna cash out today. So sad. Fucking bums.
Oh my God. Okay, so Kate, cool. She's cool as shit, dude. So I was talking to her about ideas to paint the front door and shutters possibly eventually, and like the inside door is that like yucky pink salmon-y color. And so she just posted something recently about like doing front door. She has a whole little series online where she's like shut the front door and she like redoes people's front doors and shit. She's so cute. But anyways, she inspired me, and so I hit her up and I was like, hey, what you think about door colors for the house? We probably have to change the shutters and everything. So she was like, refresh my memory, send me a couple pics. So I sent her a picture of the front door, and of course the mat, I didn't realize.
What's the mat say?
Merry Christmas, knuckle.
That's old Pinky whatever on.
And I was like, oh God. I was like, I sent it, and then I was like, ugh, please forgive the doormat. I said you could take the boy out the
Yeah, you
hood.
shouldn't have mentioned it.
But you can't take the hood
She
out the
wouldn't have
boy.
noticed.
No, she did. And she said, let me sit with it and I'll get back to you. Did you change the outdoor light? LOL. Haha. I don't offend easily, knucka. That's what she wrote.
Nice.
I love her. She's going to come to this party. She's definitely going to be there. Yeah. I almost want the house. Like, that's who I'm most concerned with impressing. Like, I want her to walk in and be like, oh my God, Andrew.
Yeah, when can we resell this house?
Yeah, she's going
That's
to be.
what she's going to say. You ready to flip
die.
this bitch?
She's going to die, babe. She's going to fucking love it. Everything you've done, it's beautiful.
I ain't done that much, man. I just put paint on the wall.
Hey, man, you made the place look a lot better.
That is not true,
You've made the place look a lot better, dude.
He said he put paint on the wall. We're on like day 7 of leveling the kitchen
Well, that's a
floor.
motherfucker. That shit, I mean,
You did the floor, you did the carpet.
I'm over that. That's gonna be what it is.
You've done a lot, babe.
That shit is fucking aggravating as fuck.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It looks like it. Every time I come over, you get the whole place ripped all apart. The floor's got all kind of shit on it. Everything's like uneven as fuck looking.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
It's getting there, though. I tried to spark conversation with him in the middle of him doing all this the other night, like
No,
2
you
nights
can't
ago.
do that.
I made the mistake of talking about work for probably too long, and I was talking about how my superpower is my ability to be a good presenter and make people feel good and loved and welcome, and that's why like my job as a corporate trainer is like onboarding corporate trainers, like perfect for me type of thing, right? I was like, I think that's my superpower, is like making people feel really safe and comfortable with me, and like teaching them how to communicate with clients and stuff. That's like my wheelhouse, right? And I was like, babe, what would you say your superpower is? And the man's like trying to level shit, and he was like, you know what my superpower is? My superpower is the ability to continuously get fucked over and over and over and over. And I was like, oh my God, that is the most dark superpower anyone could ever say to this.
Yeah.
I was like, baby, we gotta get therapy.
I have the ability to get injured terribly and come back. And then get injured terribly and come back. be emotionally scarred, and so somehow put a smile back on my face.
Get the ability to get fucked over continuously. I'm just like, baby, that's so dark. Your life ain't even that bad.
It isn't work.
That was because it's what I made it. It wouldn't have been so hard if I wasn't fucked over so many fucking times. It's been a lot easier.
I tried to phrase it to him. I was
Home
like,
is what you make it.
It's true.
Oh, my
Home when you make it.
Home is what you make it, and the attitude that you bring with it is yours.
You like to look at homos naked?
Ah,
Nah, boy.
Home when you
I
make
make it.
home when you make it.
Everybody know that.
What would you say your superpower is, Mason? Shut up, you. What did you say your superpower is?
What, you talking at work?
Yeah, no, in general, in life. What is it that you feel like you can bring to the table, like, all the time? Like, it's just part of your essence, part of your character, your personality. Like, what's your superpower?
If I can figure out what's going on, I can usually explain it fairly well.
Ah, that is a fucking superpower.
Yeah, I can't figure out what's going on sometimes, and then I can't explain how to fix it
Right.
or what's actually happening.
Ooh, that is such a man thing to say.
But if I can figure it out, I can figure out ways to do it better or
Yeah.
fix it, or you know what I mean. That's why the show sounds better now than it did 1,000 episodes ago,
It does.
because I continued to try to find ways to make it sound better. Like, what am I gonna?
When the
piece needs to be
air's on.
replaced?
Yeah.
When the AC's on, there's nothing I can really do. But like, as far as everything else is concerned, I've got it
Well,
about where it needs to be.
I'm gonna kind of do something with that AC. Maybe I'm gonna. I think I can take that blanket and put it on that pole right there on that wood, and then maybe bring it straight across, connect it to that pole right here, and then that may shield it somewhat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you put up heavy stuff or something
Like that. This thing right here, this big ass blanket. If I put that across there, that'll at least block some of it. You know what I mean?
I mean, really, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Nah, you.
Like, it's not. I don't think it's negatively impacting the show significantly.
Yeah, not really. But I mean, I got that blanket sitting over there, so I was thinking about just throwing that up, see what it does.
I think the only thing that would really, really help would be to build an actual containment wall around it and insulate it with really good sound insulating insulation. But
Well, if you put a wall there, you ain't gonna hear it.
that's
you know
also
what I mean?
a pretty decent investment. But if you put like an L-shaped wall around it, like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that eventually, but at
You know.
first I gotta move that fucking water heater in order to do that. Because where the water heater sits right now, I can't put in a bathroom in that area there.
right.
So I need to slide that over in order to possibly be able to put a bathroom in there. And then I can run that wall. Because that wall is pretty much going to go damn near
Yeah,
right.
if you're gonna build a
Where that
bathroom
piece of
in
wood
there,
is.
you could definitely build a wall around that while building a bathroom into this space.
Yeah.
And we could just push that way a little bit and be good. But yeah, like, no rush.
Yeah.
Like, because like I said, I don't think it hurts it too bad show-wise. It definitely, like, is a noticeable sound, but, like, the mics are good enough.
Yeah,
that
it'd be alright. Like I said, then I could, for now, I can throw that blanket up and now block it at least half of it. It's not really a problem now. Definitely ain't going to be a problem then. But yeah, that's the end goal. Put a wall right up there. Pretty much right where that board is. And then square it off right over there and make that a little room. And then everything else going to be open. Minus Felicia's.
Felicia's little tuck out.
His section.
Yeah.
Which might,
His
if
rent-free
anything, it's
housing.
going to go as far as that window right there. But I'm not going to put both of those windows in his room.
Yeah.
Speaking of kids, did I tell you that Jude got his SAT scores back? I'm gonna brag for a minute.
No.
Guess what he got? 1230. That's really good. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's really good. I don't know. You're talking to somebody who the first time she took SATs, I got a 990.
Well,
you would think I was like Down syndrome.
I thought it went
Like,
to.
I did so bad.
I thought it went to like 1600, and then they adjusted it to go higher. I don't know. Like, I have,
Oh, I don't
have no
know.
frame of reference as to if,
Yeah, I don't know.
if 1200
I
plus
just-
is really good, or if that's like not.
I think it is. Everybody
I think it's still max is 16. I don't think they've made it up no more.
I thought it was going to 24.
No. There's no way Jude would have gotten higher. If it went to 2,400, come on now. That's fucking...
We hope, right? I mean, I don't know. I literally have no fucking clue.
Let me see. SAT score range.
The last time I thought about an SAT score was probably
1,600 is perfect.
Long time ago. Yeah, okay. Then 1,280 or 12 something is pretty good.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so he's in the top 25% of the country. So top 10% is 1,350 to 1,600. Top 25% is 1,200 to 1,340. The national average is 1,050. So he did go, I mean, like, hey, look, that with GPA and extracurriculars, he's probably got a pretty good shot of actually getting into Virginia Tech. Like, that's the goal.
Is that where he wants to go?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yep, he's stoked. But I don't know if he's going to go for all 4 years. Like, a part of me kind of wants him to, but I don't want him to take on the debt because that's fucking stupid. But at the same time, he's thinking about doing community college. I was going to say, if he wants to be smart,
he should get an associate's locally as cheap as possible.
That's what he's going to do.
And then transfer to whatever state school he wants to for his degree.
It was such an epic experience going away to college and living in the dorms. He's
still doing it, bro. He's still going to be able to go the fuck away. He just can't go away 4 years. He's only going away 2 years.
He'll be old enough to drink by the time he gets into it.
Though. Yeah, but like you haven't you're not going to experience the dorms. You're probably just going to be getting an apartment at that point and at that age and that year of college.
That madness might be good to not have.
Maybe.
The madness of trying to be in college by yourself and deal with whatever.
I have no fear that Jew would be all right. I mean, the boy literally... So, last weekend... Did I tell you about him last weekend?
All I know is whatever's the cheapest route...
Yeah.
You should encourage him to do that.
I know.
And if getting associates locally at a college community school and staying there with you for another couple of years is his best financial option, then he should go that route, because spending $150,000 or $300,000 to go to college, or spending 60 or 80 in debt, or 40 or 20, however cheap you can get it done, is the route that it should be going.
He gets a lot of pressure from the two dads to like go and pick certain things, and like, you know, they're like between.
He's got two dads?
Yeah, he has Daddy Connor, who is my baby daddy number one,
and baby daddy 2.
Yes.
And they both baby daddy on baby 1?
Yes, because my ex-husband would have he wanted to legally adopt Jude because you got to remember, Jude was 9 months old, which I know makes me sound crazy, but Jude was 9 months old when I started kind of hanging out with his soon-to-be stepdad, and like we ended up getting married pretty quickly. Like Jude was like a year and a half or 2 years by the time we got married. So Jared was dad, like all intents and purposes. He didn't see his biological father for like maybe once every couple of months. He would do a supervised visitation with him. Like, I mean, he didn't have like visitation for very, very much at all the first like 10 to 12 years of Jude's life. And then, so it was very sporadic. But those grandparents of baby daddy number 1 pull a lot of financial purse strings, and they're willing to help pay for some college stuff. So there's pressure coming from that front. There's pressure coming from stepdaddy about what decisions to make, and you know, just because that guy I think likes to tell everybody what to do all the time. So I'm trying to actually be like Switzerland and all of it, and not suggest shit. Like I'm just like, whatever you want to do. Like me sharing with you guys that I'm kind of sad he might not do the whole freshman on campus thing. That is completely a selfish bullshit. Like I just want him to experience the world. Both my kids, you know. So I'm supportive of whatever.
Well, I've kept my tell him to go do a backpacking trip across Europe after everything's said and done.
I could see that happening, especially now because the little girl he's been chatting it up with wants to do like a semester abroad, her first or second semester in college. I can already see it. Like I can already hear it. Like, gonna go to Europe. But that's cool. Like, I feel like my kids are getting opportunities that I never fucking had. So I think that's what parenting is all about. Like, if you can just do a little bit better than your parents did, you're probably doing all right. You know? I don't know. It's tough out there.
Yeah, it is.
I definitely don't want to pressure them.
It's also very... unappealing in a sense to me. But
Well, yeah, you had a vasectomy. I don't expect you to.
yeah, it's very.
I don't expect you to be like, ooh, Lisa's college talk inspired me to reverse it and spread my seed.
Well, like, no, definitely not. No, that's definitely not something I'm too terribly interested in.
No.
And really, it's like children with somebody has a theoretical, like, acceptability level to it, but it's like, who's this bitch? Like, I'm sure I wouldn't get along with even Emma Watson in the end. You know what I mean?
You mean,
Like,
what do you mean? Like, get along with long term enough to have kids with?
Yeah,
or are
exactly.
you talking about
Exactly.
meeting if Emma Emma had kids? What if Emma Watson showed up and was like, be my baby's daddy? What would you do?
Yeah, I would be like, you got the money, I can handle that. Like,
Okay, as long as it wasn't a financial
I can't
gold
financially
digger.
take care of these kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not able to
You
do
wouldn't
that.
want to rise to the occasion. What if it was Emma Watson
Take
without
care
the
of
money?
Emma Watson's lifestyle? No way.
No, what if it was just a chick as cool and smart and pretty as Emma Watson, but not famous and rich? You wouldn't want to take care of somebody else's kid? If you fell in love with the right girl, I think you would.
Maybe.
I think you
like,
would.
I'm not necessarily opposed, but at the
don't think
same
you're as
time, like,
Tough as you think
I
you
don't.
are, I
no,
think
it's
you would
not
do it.
that. I'm very aware that I would be a doting father type if I was. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be a good dad, but
You would.
I'm not interested in the responsibility aspect and like making some dumb little motherfucker not be stupid.
Right.
Like, that's
Well,
a lot of.
I mean-
that's a lot of fucking work, man.
You're taking on a lot there. Hopefully, like, I don't know, my mentality, I actually, when I dated guys, and even with Andrew, I wanted them to be incredibly hands off. Like, this is my shit, these are my boys.
Well,
but
that's another thing.
like, I do
That's
want
also-
you to have influence and
See, but-
them to get to know you
But
and y'all
that's
love.
a very tricky road to walk.
I know.
So, like, that's
I've been
part
the girl in the situation too.
That's part
Twice
of the
now,
thing
yeah.
where it's like I see a chick with kids and I'm like, I don't want to be like having to not say something when I feel like something's needing to be said, because then I'm like, well, this fucking woman and her children
Yeah.
that I can't even like effectively impact in any methodology that's meaningful because it's not my place.
You can
so I try to
eventually.
sort of stay out of that scenario.
Yeah.
Like if your kids are like your kids' age, like I'm much more likely to date a woman than if they're like 3 and 5 and not
No.
fucking 17 and,
No,
and
I think
14
it's
or
worse.
whatever the fuck.
I think it's worse, dude.
No, because the kids don't have to like me at that point. It doesn't fucking matter. If we get along, if me and the chick get along,
No, but
it'd be nice if the kids like me, but I don't want them to think of me as like the guy to come to if they need help.
No, but when they're that young, all they're ever going to do, because their little brains don't comprehend, like, mommy has a boyfriend, boyfriend's not daddy. You know, like, when they're little like that, I think it's, in my personal experience, it was harder because the kids see any guy coming in as you're trying to be my daddy, you're trying to replace my daddy, and then they start to feel guilty, and they're so little they can't name the feelings that they're having, so they end up resenting the fuck out of you the second you say to them, don't talk to your mother like that. Like, you're thinking younger means more malleable, and like
No.
they will just have to deal with it.
No, they
because
need to
you're gonna
be more
there.
formed as who they are by
Yeah.
the time I'm dating their mother.
That's okay. That's
What
okay.
I'm saying.
I agree.
I don't
want
to be there to be like, you got to learn how to wipe your ass, Stinky,
Yes.
or whatever. You know
Yes.
what I mean? I want it to be like, these kids are grown,
either-
they know how to bathe, maybe they
Right.
got cars. You know what I mean? Like, they're old enough that I can talk to them like they're an adult. Even
Yeah.
like I talk to the Jews kids like they're adults. I don't talk to
yeah.
them like they're children.
Right.
I could date a woman that has Jews
Yes.
children's aged children and wrap my head around it is not that big a
Okay.
deal. A lot better than if they're 5 and 6.
I thought you were saying you would want them when they were younger.
no.
I was like, red flag, dude. No, don't.
No, the only
Don't.
time I'd be with
Yeah.
Emma Watson with a young child would be if she had literally just had this baby and then left
Like
the dad.
me with the
And-
stepdaddy.
Right, that's the only
Yeah.
time I could maybe, because then it's like, okay, you want me to be full-time daddy on that. That I could sort of wrap my head around in a lot better methodology than not.
Yeah, and like every situation's fucking different. I was just playing devil's advocate when I
Emma
said,
would be the one
"What would
that
you do
I'd
if
be."
Emma showed up with a baby, single mom, Emma Watson?" Bitch don't even have kids yet.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about.
I know,
but,
she's perfect. She doesn't have kids.
yeah.
We'd have a good time. But she'd be like,
But-
let's get on the boat and go sail to Anguilla. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, let's do it.
And every situation's so different too. Like my neighbor, right? Like he's dating a girl now. That I know. Please don't do the British accents, both of you. Just for
me?
the,
Why
no,
can't you
stop. Why is it so high?
I'm educating me Cockney to myself.
You can do a
That's how
Cockney
some people
accent.
talk with Cockney.
This is the only Cockney I know.
Why does it all just sound like Mickey Mouse
It sounds
though?
horrible. Cockney.
Ha! Mickey is in the house. Like, why you gotta talk like that? Like,
Well,
dude,
it's fun
It's either
that
that or the Peaky fucking blinder.
he only has 2 modes.
his British accents are very limited.
There's Mickey Mouse Cockney, and then there's
Peaky
Peaky
Blinders.
Blinders
Yeah.
Cockney. Yeah.
Yeah, which one you
Yeah.
want?
But so my neighbor, right? He's got a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. He's got an 18-year-old. Started young, like Andrew, and but also has a 5 or 6-year-old. Started dating a woman who has a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I was trying to reel him in the other day, man. He started talking to me in the front yard. I was getting nightstands for Andrew, and he started telling me, he was like, yeah, man, he was like, I just can't handle how our kid talks to her. Like, he's nasty to her, and like, I gotta correct his little ass. And I was like, dun dun dun, he's gonna hate you when he's a teenager. You should stop fucking doing that.
Fuck it, he's gonna
I
hate
was
me
like,
anyway.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
probably.
No, that is the worst mentality to have. Just shut the fuck up. If you're that guy that comes in, just don't say nothing.
Look, I'm mommy's friend. I come in after the kids go to bed and I leave before they wake up.
But the second
That's
you
how I get
try
down.
to, that's fine. That's
done
better
that.
than
I've been
trying
there.
to discipline them.
That's right.
If you try to come in and discipline a kid who's not fully understanding why or how everything's gonna work, like she got with neighbor probably 6 months after the separation. That's pretty quick, you know, like kids. There really is a reason why fucking attorneys tell all of us. I didn't listen either. I started dating somebody 5-6 months after I separated too, and my kids fucking hated that guy. Still hate that guy. And I told my neighbor, I was like, just be careful with that, homie, because if you're correcting the child because you're trying to swoop in and be the knight in shining armor to your girl,
See, and that's
she's
like the
gonna
last
resent
thing.
you.
That's
He's
the last thing
gonna
I would
resent
want.
you. Yes.
That's why I'm
very.
saying like kids like the Jews kids age, because like
That's good age.
They'll talk to me, like, and I can talk to them, and it's not like I'm telling them what they should or shouldn't do or be allowed to do. And
You gotta be careful.
I
yeah.
can have like a reasonable conversation with them about like, well, what the fuck's going on? What do your dumbass think about this? You know, no big deal, right? And that's the kind of communication I would want with anybody who's got kids. I would want
Yeah.
their kids to be old enough that I could just talk to them like they're regular ass people and
Well-
not be like, don't stick your finger in the toaster.
Right.
You know,
it's
like-
a progression. Like I came in too hard a little bit because he introduced me to the kids day one. Like I met those kids day one of dating him, right? Like I came into his house and was like, "Hello," and they were like, "Hey, I'm Seth, I'm Ben." But anyway, so like you got it. There's like a slow progression because
Well,
like at like
That
3.
situation's different when you're full time.
Yeah, that's true. You can't avoid having the kids around.
There's no wait time. If not, it's like maybe you might get a weekend or two where you can pawn them off on your parent type shit. You know what I mean? Or they might go see their other parent for like a month or so in the summer or whatever the fuck it may be.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
like
it was
I joined
different.
I joined a dating app because somebody at the job said that he had found some girl that he's really into on it. And then most of the people on
Which
the dating
dating
it's
app? Which
Coffee
one?
Meets Bagels, and apparently
I've heard that
most
one.
of the people on it are foreign.
Oh.
Like they're not born in America. And I was like,
Interesting.
you know what I need, Lisa? I need to find a woman that grew up shitting in a hole in the ground and not in 1990s America with potpourri in the bathroom.
You need to find you a Spanish woman, man.
Yeah, I need to find a woman that grew up
See, you-
shitting in a
A
hole.
Spanish woman that's not full Spanish, so she's not super crazy, but she'll cook and she'll fuck.
Yeah, that's all right. But like one of the things that I find interesting
trying
on
to
the
get
dating app,
He says that like he would allow a bitch in his kitchen. I'm sorry, sir.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about what the fuck Mason needs, man. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I don't want
I was
no
about
damn-
to say, I was like,
He knows what I like.
he's gonna come. He's gonna be the
Well,
one
I
that
would like
comes
I would
over.
like a Spanish chick to come to the kitchen and show me how to make an empanada.
No,
and then
'cause
other than
you-
that, they can
you-
carry their ass because
you would
those
be
things
like-
are amazing.
You could Google an empanada though. You
He
can
would
figure that
say-
Yeah,
out.
but I
he
can
would
see, I can
sell-
know, but I
He'd be
gotta.
like, not that kind of hot
You
sauce.
want the
This kind.
authenticity.
Yeah, I got to see, you know,
But like,
because
we
these
gonna put sweet-
motherfuckers be bringing in these empanadas and shit, trying
gonna
to
make-
fucking sway me.
We're gonna make pulled rib meat empanadas with sweet baby rays.
So
See what I'm
anyway,
saying?
But something that at some point I think would be fun would be to set up a projector with a little projector thing, and we can sit here and go through the women on the dating app without putting them on camera, and you and I can look at when you're here, we can look at different things throughout the episode, because a lot of the times I see these women and they'll be like 43. They're pretty.
Yeah.
Their thing seems reasonable with everything they have to say, but then it's
Yeah.
like wants kids. I'm like, you're 40 fucking 3 and you
Oh,
still
that's
want kids.
sad.
And that's what I was saying. It's really sad. And I'm like, well, I got to swipe left on you because I am definitely not getting into a woman that's 43 that wants
do.
kids.
You gotta
know,
swipe.
oh, that's what I'm saying. Like,
can't
That's
unless
crazy though, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're crazy. You're 43.
I don't
I
know.
see 47.
my
Some chick's
43-year-old
47.
friend
She wants a kid.
just had a baby.
Hey, look, I'm not saying you can't. I'm
It's not,
saying
yeah, it's not that it's not possible,
I'm
but it's
saying-
just like, man, that's
if I was ever
You
to
could be
be
63 by the
if I
time
was
that motherfucker
ever to
18.
be involved with giving a woman a child, it would have been long ago, because I don't believe that like old ass eggs and old ass sperm should get together on a regular basis. Because
sometimes you can't keep up with them little motherfuckers 20 years later.
It's a
Like,
young man's
30, 40.
game. Raising a child, that's
I mean,
a young man's
I'll
game.
still be able to snatch one of them little motherfuckers up, you know what I mean? But most people won't want to put up that much energy at 40 fucking 3, 45 years old to be
what I'm saying.
chasing down a little motherfucker.
But you want to be like 60, 65 at the graduation
That's what I'm saying. You'll be
parties and shit?
65, 70 years old at graduation as their parent, not the grandparent type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I never wanted to be an old mom.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't know why I'm such a bitch like that. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Honestly, my friends that are having kids right now, they're going to be more successful. Their children
you're
will
gonna-
probably be more successful because they have more financial resources at their fingertips
They
than
have
I
more autism,
had
too.
at fucking 24. Don't say that.
'Cause they old.
At 24, though, I was fucking rolling the dice, making it up. Like,
But look at these
sometimes,
smart ass,
you
beautiful
were
children
too.
that you had, because you had young ass, pussy ass,
know.
you had young pussy kids.
Young pussy kids. Oh my.
I had to bring a Mike term in. I'm
God.
like, Mike would call it young pussy kids.
So
you got the
no,
young
you're
pussy
right.
kids.
You're right. And I actually did have a doctor tell me at one point that like because I'm 42, about to be 43, like stay on the birth control because sweetheart, you have Down syndrome that runs in your family. Like my oldest brother.
saying.
So if I were to get pregnant or whatever, like
The older you are, the higher
likelihood-
your likelihood is of having complications
And Down syndrome
and issues like
specifically.
that. That's
and
right.
it runs in your family. Like
That's right.
yeah, it'd be
and
scary.
that's why
It'd be
I'm
a little
like,
scary.
that's why I'm like,
But
you know, like
I
I
don't know.
don't buy a purebred dog. I'll go to the SPCA and get a puppy, or a grown ass dog
You
if
can
I need
adopt,
to.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
if Emma Watson shows up and wants kids, I'll convince her to adopt.
I bet that those women do not get swiped on ever because guys look at their age and they see want kids and they're like, nah.
I mean, these are pretty girls sometimes, and I'm like, damn, she's
do they-
really attractive, but she's 44 and she wants kids, and I'm like,
Maybe she just focused so much on her career for so long.
hey, look.
And maybe you
that's
could
fine,
adopt a
but these
teenager.
are not things that I'm gonna like jump in on.
Yeah, I mean, that's us another
Because
option.
if
You know,
it
maybe
said-
she does want to
wants
adopt
to
a punk
adopt.
ass
It
kid at
says wants
16,
to
17.
adopt. If it
Oh,
said
yeah.
if it said wants or considerate of adoption,
Yeah, but that's probably not an option. Is that an option?
Yeah.
I don't think it's an option
Probably not
in
an
the
option.
dating
It
app.
probably
to
just
make
says
that your
kids. You know what I mean?
statement.
But
Yes.
how they
She
want
needs
kids, it doesn't specify.
But I can't
She would
lead.
want
I
it
can't
to be
lead
discussed
with
You don't
that.
have to
in the
put that in your
description.
description.
Saying,
Yeah, like.
I can't lead as my
you know,
first
like
question.
5'7" ginger
I-
with some C's. You know what I mean?
I see a, I see a
Looking to pop,
44.
looking to pop a kid out.
You want kids.
I want kids. Don't really want to ruin his vag, so I can adopt
Oh
type
my
shit.
God,
You know
that
what I
is
mean?
not what
Yeah.
they think.
Damn
No,
it,
that's
she'll
what
get
they should
swiped.
write. That's
She'll
what they
get
should
swiped
write.
right on that.
Right.
If that bitch says that, she's getting swiped right
gets
on
swiped
one
more.
motherfucker.
PSA,
Not trying to ruin this
childbirth
puss.
Would you
does
swipe
not-
right on that if she
I'm
said
a-
that?
Yeah.
If Mason, if you would swipe right on that, you know what I'm saying? Point taken. I'm not talking about me again, babe.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Mason.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about vages in general, and I would just like to PSA.
I'm not talking about
for a
anything. I'm talking about the words, man. The words.
You said it too. You were like, you don't want to ruin the veg. Okay, I just need.
That's what it is.
gentle readers, please know.
Gentle.
My Bridgerton friends know what that means. Okay, so gentle readers, please know, having children does not ruin your vag. What the fuck is
Hard
wrong with
readers,
you?
you've seen. I mean,
Don't
you know,
spread the stigma.
Look, you know how
I'll fuck you up later.
I see some blown out vag lips on women
it's
that
not
haven't
even.
had
I mean,
kids
you just gotta look at a turd. Just
Exactly.
think of it as like a turd, man. Turd stretches out for a minute, but it goes back when it's done. You know what I mean?
That's right. Makes it go back.
I was fucking
How'd that big giant turd
tighter.
come out?
Yeah.
I was tighter after I had my first child because
Well, he probably don't. He hit the little crank after the kid
There's
pops
no
out. Doctor's
fucking-
over there and just
Throw an
twists it up
extra
a little
stitch
bit.
in.
Yeah, he just
that's exactly
he
what
just like
happened
cranks
to
it
me.
down real quick. You know what I mean? Like
I couldn't have sex for almost a fucking year because they call it the grandfather stitch, where they
Shut
basically
up. They really gave you the tighter pussy stitch?
yes, because I split, dude,
Yeah, I know, I'm sure.
all the way from one hole to the other. Bet you didn't notice that when you were
So they had to sew up your taint?
yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
done too much looking, babe, but I probably don't think that. I'm sure I don't think
You
that.
don't look at what you eat.
Not all the time.
Close your eyes and munch.
That's nasty.
It's usually dark, man.
Technique.
God damn it.
I'm down there in
Anyways,
the dark just figuring
We don't
it
do too
out.
much daylight fun.
anyways,
Tongue here,
that's
tongue there.
fucking horrible that doctors even do that. Like, and
But
knowing.
they can't leave you wide open.
Well, no, and I'm sure he wasn't thinking like, haha, I'm gonna make her husband happy. Like,
No,
first
he
of all,
probably just...
No, he was like, let me
Yeah.
stitch this
It was
bitch up because
good.
she's leaking.
Yeah, he
Not-
went
it's not-
till it was good.
Jesus fuck. Okay, but I will tell you, I've had 2 children.
It's a 6-stitch baby right here. You see the head on that
They have to
fucker?
stitch you up both times.
I just don't think. Yes, both times.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna bust the
Both
seam
times.
the second
Well,
time, of
no,
course.
they
You're
did.
a lucky man,
no.
Jude.
They did the first. The first time went so well. I don't think that they're. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what happened on the second kid. I don't know. I don't remember. Like I don't know if I split like I did the first time, or if they did such a good job stitching the first time. It was
it
like
held?
It held. Yeah, I don't know. But I will say, 2 kids, vaginal births. I mean, not that you would say online, like on the fucking thing. Oh, babe, you're fine. But
No, that
I'm
pussy
just
good.
saying, oh my God, that's not, I'm just saying, I said it's not like you're gonna, meaning you don't have to.
I was saying she goes back and she gets. It's not like. You know, kid
This is
pops out
not-
what 8 inch,
this
what
is
7
not
inch
me-
diameter dome piece, centimeter.
This is not me
7
fishing
centimeter
for
dome. You know what I
compliments.
mean? No cock is that big. You know what I mean? And it goes back to whatever centimeter.
And my children,
You know what I mean?
my
Or
children-
point centimeter
they
right
do.
after. Eventually,
They
yeah.
do. And
Whether
I
the
do-
stitch or not.
Pussy snap back.
It was like it's just like a
mean-
giant turd in your asshole. You know, your asshole go back normal after you push out that giant motherfucker that
I
you
don't
know you
know.
got a double flush on.
There really is such a crazy standard because girls think about it too, but we don't. We're already beating ourselves up for like a million reasons after we have kids,
That
right?
double flush turd.
It is a fear. Jesus fuck. But you know what? Big dick dudes, y'all got to be careful with girls because they get in their head like once they get a big dick dude, they can never go back to a smaller guy
Well, that's our
because
fault.
they're worried that they're going to be all
She's just
stretched out.
being silly hoes.
It's not just like, oh, I had a baby, I'm worried. It's like maybe those bitches that had that one dude that was real big, they're really worried about, I can't ever, what if I'm loose, you know? Like,
What if your
girls,
pussy's broken?
Girls already have to go through so much fucking shit to like in our heads.
Well, and you
in
know
our
what's
bodies.
funny? You know what's funny?
So when I
On the
hear
opposite end
dudes
of the
be like,
spectrum-
"Oh, they're trying to save their pussy," like I had to jump all over that. You have no idea how much that boiled my blood, honey.
But it can blow your pussy out. You didn't told us about having to get yours sewn up afterwards.
you just literally proved the point.
I'm sorry, Emma. I don't want you to have your asshole. I don't want you to have your
inside-
taint sewn back together
The inside
because of a baby
was
that
not
we made.
sewn back up though. The inside, you could have a real tight taint little
I
area.
know, but the taint
and
area-
a crater inside.
I'm saying the taint area
So-
split at the end of it, right? There's booty hole, there's vag hole, and there's taint. And that taint was like tear. And so they had to sew
You
the
had a
taint
big
back.
ass.
They had to
Oh,
sew
you're
the taint
kegling
back
it.
up.
You can kegel it back.
That's not as easy as you think. Like everybody says that.
It snaps back to a degree, but the Kegels
but
are
the Kegels that help.
That's another element
what I mean?
added.
More than anything, it's hereditary. If your mama had problems with bladder and things like that, that's what Kegels are really good to like help your
Keep you from peeing yourself when you sneeze.
Yes, more so than they are, because some women have orgasms, and yes, your Kegels do contract when you have an orgasm, but some women have very subtle like Kegel things, but you build up the Kegels so you don't pee yourself at jumpology after you've had children. Kegels, I think, are good for that.
That's why you get a fucking C-section.
Women should
Slice that motherfucker out of there, baby.
Don't. God damn it. Women should get physical therapy. Physical therapy should be something that is given to every woman that does either C-section or fucking vaginal birth. The fact that there's not physical therapy given just naturally to women in this country pisses me off. Because if you start like building the foundations right after having kids of the importance of Kegels and things, you're not going to be peeing yourself later. But they just let women piss on themselves for years, and then they're just like, oh, by the way, you probably should have done some more Kegels after you gave birth. Like, where is the support? If you guys peed on yourself every time you fucking sneezed after you created life, there would be goddamn like hand holding, like, today, sir, we're going to be peeing and stopping every 30 seconds until you build everything up. It's good. You got men. If men had babies, it'd be a very different medical experience. I'm just saying. And you know what? Women would look at that and be like, oh, your dick had a baby? I still love you. They would never say to you, you don't want to blow out that dick again, do you? Like, what's wrong with you two?
Yeah, they would.
No, they would not.
Dudes wouldn't be willing to have more than one baby, though. They'd be like, shit,
women finally get a big dick man, and then they're terrified of losing the big dick man because they're worried their vagina's ruined for average men.
Too worried about things that don't matter.
Because they love that big dick they've been chasing.
Worried about things that don't matter, like big dick, instead of like somebody that's not a piece of shit to you, woman.
They're not worried about the future cock size. They're just thinking, they take that big dick now while it's here.
Oh, I'm sure you know.
I'm just assuming that's what they're saying. I mean, what the fuck? No, like, I don't think... Who's thinking about the next motherfucker while they're taking that dick? Oh, so you already thinking about the next one?
Oh, Lord help us. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the last episode featuring Lisa.
And Big Dick Jew.
And Big Dick Jew. And Little Pussy Lisa with the torn up...
Holy shit!
Torn up tape Lisa. 2-minute stitches, Lisa.
Stop.
With her tight ass pussy.
Stop, Mason. That's dirty AF, okay? I did not share that to get a new nickname, okay?
What, too tight, Lisa? Is that a problem?
It's not. It's not anymore because I met Andrew.
Oh man.
I can't.
I'm not even sure what we're even talking about anymore.
Taints.
Yeah.
Okay, so question. When you see those women on the dating apps, do you think to yourself, I shouldn't swipe right because they probably got tight pussy?
No, when I think a girl's got tight pussy, I definitely swipe right. Like if I'm looking at a chick and I'm like, I don't know, and she's like 4'11", I'm like, let's go.
Is that what the appeal is with midgets? You think they got tighter pussies?
Absolutely. Little hands,
they don't
tighter
have
pussies.
They don't have tighter pussies.
They definitely got littler hands, though.
Actual, like, full woman size.
They be giving you that two-handed blowjob. Blam!
Some people, you need two hands anyway.
Yep, that's right. Some people, it depends on the size of your hands.
And also, what if you did have a big dick and you got with a midget thinking that, and her hand didn't even go all the way around it? Well, she just got to rub it like a lantern?
Maybe then I move on to the next girl with slightly larger hands.
The other one, man.
Then I start looking for women with slightly larger hands than the midget had.
Do we swipe right on midgets?
It depends on the midget.
God damn it, Mason.
I'm not 100% on any midget. It's not like midget always gets it.
I already have a fear. If this man ever cheats on me, it's going to be with a midget. I already know. And she's probably going to be Latina. I already know. I already fucking know. That's a compliment to Latinas and midgets, by the way.
Yeah.
Little people, my bad.
No, midgets works.
No, it does not.
We know what you're talking about.
Doesn't this show?
Your beard's coming in nice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really digging it. It looks good.
I
You need to get some oil, though. We need to get you some oil. No, yeah, I got some shit for you. I'm gonna buy it next time I see you.
I got my Civil War shit going on.
Well, we're gonna play dress up with the beard. If you come to Richmond, I'm gonna let you use some of the beard oil.
All right, we'll see. But like, yeah, no, like it's definitely something that I swipe right more the shorter they are because of smaller pussy theory.
Because you're short.
Smaller pussy theory. It's
That's
not being short.
fucking wrong.
It's smaller pussy theory.
Wrong.
Like if they're 6'3" and they're not very attractive,
That doesn't mean they have a
swipe.
cavernous
I'm gonna swipe
pussy.
left on them more likely
Fucking
based
A.
on tighter pussy
we're calling
theory.
Sarah.
No.
I'm gonna ask her.
Don't
how-
call Sarah.
Calling Sarah. She's the only 6 foot bitch I know.
No, and Sarah, I would swipe left on.
Let me see if she answers. I gotta get this bitch in on this.
I think
Hold
we was
on.
getting ready to end the show,
Yeah,
bro.
we were getting there.
No, we gotta
We got
wait.
a couple more songs to go.
So the vagina varies on the length of the bitch. Now that we're going with.
Smaller pussy theory. That doesn't make sense to you that a 4'11" girl is gonna have a smaller pussy than a 5'8" girl.
The inside?
Yeah, exactly.
The
The part
inside?
that matters. The part
God
that my
damn.
penis would be interacting with, having sex with her on a regular basis. Like that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to you.
Your call now.
That a 5'2" girl, as opposed to a 6'2" girl, is probably gonna have a smaller vagina because she's smaller in every other proportion.
I've talked to Sarah about hers, and no. Hey, Sarah, give me a call back. Okay, we're doing podcasts right now, and we have to ask you a question as a woman who's very tall.
Yo,
Y'all,
because
you have to
I-
ask a question.
I'm about to fight these boys up. They really think that the shorter
I'm
the
out of
woman,
it. No, ain't no y'all, the boys. I didn't say shit.
they're saying the
made the
shorter the woman, the tighter the pussy. And I'm here to tell you,
Smaller
that's
the lady,
fucking ignorant.
4'8", smaller
back.
pussy than 5'11".
Fuck.
I
me
bet
back.
on it.
I'll put you on speaker so we
If
can
we
write
do
the walls
depth
of the world.
and
next episode.
diameter,
I love you. Bye.
circumferences. There's no way to properly scientifically measure it, but if we could, I guarantee you average vaginal tightness would be tighter the smaller
You're
the
so
lady.
wrong. You're
I bet
so
you can
wrong.
Google that.
I knew a bitch.
On average. It's not saying all of them, because you might have some 5'2" chick that's got a huge cavernous vagina. But the likelihood is less likely than the girl that's 6'5".
How many women have you talked to about the size and depth of their vagina? I talked to a lot. I talked to a lot. Miss Kim, I called her Benita Applebottom.
Well-
She was 350 fucking pounds, and she said she had one of the tightest pussies
I
in the
couldn't
world.
even get to her pussy, I'm
She
sure.
literally walked around with Kegel balls that would just blip blip out and walk around the floor as Capital One. Like seriously, this bitch.
That's disgusting.
Well, no, she was like
She pick him up and
training.
throw him back in?
She said that she could destroy a man with her muscles. So it doesn't have anything to do with size, baby. Okay, haters gonna hate.
No. It's average of expectation.
All right, well,
'Cause you could have a
I
big-ass
didn't realize
girl like
that there
that.
was a reverse to like women judging men on their dick size. Y'all looking at us thinking, oh, she's 5'7", she probably got a big old poontang.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking most of y'all's pussies is probably just fine and I could probably work with it without a problem. But when I see a girl that's 4'11" versus a girl that's 5'11", I think the chances of her pussy being like noticeably tighter is higher. You think that's unreasonable? You see a guy
Yeah, I
that's
do.
6'5" or a guy that's 4'8", which one do you think has a bigger dick?
I actually never assume because I've seen a spectrum.
Right. There's a lot of potential for what could or couldn't be, but you don't have like a more likelihood. You're not going to say this one's more likely than that one. You think
I mean, yeah, granted. Okay, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
that's
Okay.
all I'm saying. Is that like if I see a chick and she's 5 foot or she's 6 foot,
Google's
I
gonna-
might swipe right for
Google's
both of them.
gonna be
but I'm going
fucking-
to expect a smaller pussy in the 5 footer than the 6 footer.
I said 4'11" woman versus 6'11" woman whose has a tighter vagina.
What did Google say?
I was hoping AI would answer. Let's see what AI says. Okay, they say. Oh no, they wouldn't even go there. They just gave me results. Oh, here's Healthline. Asian girls are tighter, dispelling the myth of vagina size. Dispelling.
So it says Asian girls are tighter, but then it says
no,
it's
it's
dispelling.
dispelling the myth that Asian vaginas are tighter.
I'm not saying Asians specifically are or are not. I'm saying a 4'7" Asian girl is going to have a tighter pussy than a 6'4" Asian girl. Like I would still date a chick in the WNBA if she was nice to me and I enjoyed her personality. I wouldn't be like, oh, you and your 6'5" ass, I'm not going to date you
Why?
because you're too tall. I wouldn't do that. But the girl in the WNBA wouldn't want to date me because she's taller than me.
What the fuck? Why does this Healthline article quote comedian Amy Schumer?
Talking about her fucking...
She once tried to joke, it doesn't matter what you do, ladies. Every guy is going to leave you for an Asian woman. And how do they bring it home for the win? Oh, they got the smallest vagina in the game. That is just... Amy Schumer, shame on you. Don't joke like that. That's fucking... I'm going to see it. Let's put the myth to bed.
I mean, like, hasn't it always been that the Asian dudes have smaller dicks too? Isn't that like...
Yeah, that's always been a
That's
thing.
always been a theory.
Okay.
That's been a stereotype bullshit. That's probably not true.
Saw
And you had some big Asian
South
dick?
Korean roommate. No, I saw his dick one time, like accidentally. He didn't know I was coming home. I kind of like surprised him. We lived together in college, my friend Jen, and very reasonably sized. That's all I'm saying. He was Korean. He was tall though.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I mean, it's the same thing with black guys. Like, everybody thinks black dudes have bigger dicks. I mean,
Right, and it may or may not be true for any given specimen of individual. I'm just saying, like, when I'm looking to swipe left for a lady, if I'm on the fence, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna swipe left. You know, I'm probably gonna ditch this one, saying no. And then I see that she's 5'2", I give it reconsideration.
Holy crap.
If she's 6'8", I'm still swiping left. Like, it's not giving me any pause.
6'8's a big bitch.
That's a big bitch.
I mean, they're all
And if I'm already on the fence, like, I don't know, I don't like something about this one, you know.
That's gonna put you over the fence.
It's going to put me over the fence, no problem. Oh, 6'8", left.
I mean, there are a lot of like rich people that go out and do vaginal rejuvenation, plastic surgery to make their vaginas tighter. That's a thing. Vaginal rejuvenation.
I've heard of vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
Yep.
And, like, if the ladies want to make it tighter, I'm not going to be like, don't you do that.
Don't you dare fix that vag.
Don't you dare.
Oh my God,
Don't you dare rejuvenate your vagina.
This whole Healthline thing talks about how women intentionally are trying to have dry sex and not get turned on so that their vaginas feel tighter because it's tighter to go in dry than it is lubed.
No.
That is crazy. I can see it though, but yeah, I don't know. That's fucked up, Mace. We're gonna have to keep talking about this later. Hope Sarah calls back. But did you want to wrap up the show? My bad.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this episode up. We'd like to thank you so very much for listening. I don't know. The tropical force is a little bit too tart, I'd say. Something.
Yeah, it's a Belgium. It's like the tropical.
It's not bitter enough for me, but that's just me. It was good, but it was not something I would buy a lot of. It wouldn't reside in the fridge.
Yeah, I really am just like, oh.
It's got the right amount of alcohol.
Try something new. Yeah.
But, yeah, don't forget, check out old episodes, new episodes. Shout out to Boggs Auto Body that painted the front bumper for my new front bumper for my Acura. Super fucking quick. Super beautiful. I haven't put it on a car yet, but muchos gracias to Nick over at Boggs Auto Body in Warrenton, Virginia. True custom shop. True hot rod shop. They're really doing some shit. But, yeah, be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick. Keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done, because that's how it's going to get done. Don't forget, we love you very much, and we wish you nothing but the best. Peace be with you.
Peace.